Hi everyone, this is Molim, and today we're going to talk about different ways how you can answer your phone in Serbian. I wrote several examples. There might be many more. I'm not quite sure, but you will let me know in the comments below. I just want to point out that these are all very individualistic, so it's not by default that someone should use one way of answering their phone, but I will let you know if some of them are more informal, some of them more formal, and I will let you know how I use and which ones I use and what intonation I use. We are going to start with the first one, which is the most basic one used in many other languages, which is hello. In Serbian, you would say halo. So just a slightly different pronunciation. You have it in other languages, for example, like in German, hallo, and I'm sure in many other languages. When I was thinking about it, one of the interesting things that I noticed was when I was younger, I used to have a different way of pronouncing hello. And when I say pronouncing, I mean the intonation. For example, my parents couldn't really distinguish if it was me or my sister answering the phone. But one of the ways how they can tell us apart was how we actually pronounce hello. And how I would pronounce it would be a bit more stretched out and with a rising intonation. So it would be, for example, let me act it out. Hello. So hello, which is kind of like when you ask a question, like hello, it's pretty much the same. But my sister would have a sharper answer and she would just say hello. So very sharp and like quick and with no rising intonation. So as you can see, you can pronounce them differently. And the second most basic one you can use is basically the word yes in Serbian. I hope that you already know how you say yes in Serbian, which is da. And here you would also use the rising intonation because you're basically asking like who that is on the phone and what they want. So that would be da. And that's it, you're good to go and start a conversation in Serbian. The third word / phrase that you can use is the word molim. And molim is derived from the verb moliti, which means to pray or to beg. And we use it in several occasions, and one other occasion is when you answer your phone. I don't really know how you would then translate it like one-to-one. It would be like, beg your pardon, or like pray tell me or something. I don't really know, and it might not even be that relevant, but what you should know is that this is another way how you can answer your phone when someone is calling you. Again, here I would use a rising intonation and it would be as any other phrase that I've used so far, which would be molim. I'm so good at acting. Okay, the next two examples are going to be very formal. So the fourth example is by using your name and basically saying, yes, I'm the one talking, I'm on the phone, and you would use your name, for example, Moja Blu, and you would say, Moja Blu kraj telefona. You can also combine it and say, Halo, Moja Blu kraj telefona. This example is mostly used if you're working in a company and they need to know your name, or maybe you're in a household where there's many of you and you want to state that that is you answering the phone. But usually this is only used for like formal occasions and usually for your job. Another example is if you want to state that not only is that you, but that's a company that you work in. So for example, you're a secretary and then your job is to answer when someone is calling, or like a call center, working in a call center. And basically they need to know that this is the right company, a firm or like agency that I'm calling. So basically I got the right agency. And I just randomly thought of like a tourist agency. It does not exist. Maybe it doesn't in Serbia. I'm not sure. That is called Aphrodita, or like Aphrodite. And someone is calling you and you want to say, hello, this is this and this company. How can I help you? Turistička agencija Aphrodita, izvolite. Or you can also use your name in the mix if it's relevant, and say company's name, your name, and then how can I help you, which would be Turistička agencija Aphrodita, Moja Blu kraj telefona, izvolite. But I think that the last two expressions that are more formal expressions are not as relevant to you. So I would suggest you to use the first three expressions, which were halo, da, and molim. I hope this will help you in your acquisition of Serbian, and I hope you really liked the video. See you in the next one. Pozdrav!